Today in this short video, we're going to talk about how you can improve the service to your clients as well as your profitability. So whether you're a clinic or a training studio or a salon or a spa, we have something that will improve your client experience and your profitability. I'm Dr. Bob Brakowski, Clinic Director of the Natural Medicine Center in Houston, Texas, where for over 3 decades now, I've had the joy of working with every category of patient that you could imagine. And what I'm happy to share today is something that I added to the clinic that added a lot of value to my patients. It improved their experience and it improved their clinical outcome. Our game-changing product is Reishi-infused coffee and tea. You may not be familiar with Reishi, but you should be. It's the consensus top superfood on the planet. It's got all the fabulous 50, all the vitamins, minerals, amino acids, proteins, carbohydrates, fat, fiber, and water in doses that make a difference to human health. It's been in human clinical use for well over 5,000 years. There's over 3,500 peer-reviewed medical studies in PubMed, and what they all say is very similar. It has no known toxicity, no known drug interactions, and so many health benefits that it appears to be universally good for every demographic that would consume it. Most people know that when they're working with patients or clients, compliance is king. So when we look at coffee, people drink it every single day. They never need to be reminded. They never plan to quit. And ours is better, and not just a little better, but we actually won an award as the best organic coffee in the world. So first, let's talk about the advantages of Reishi in your cup. It's going to be anti-inflammatory. It's going to be alkalizing. It's actually going to help the body detox. It improves circulation, and it's even proven in the medical literature to be anti-aging, meaning you're going to stay younger longer. Now, there are other companies that have tried it to copy us. They have tried to put Reishi into coffee or maybe other mushrooms, but here's where they fall short. We have 2 different patented processes, one by which we infuse the mushroom such that we have the magical taste of delicious gourmet coffee, and the second patent, we optimize nutrient delivery. And yes, we won an award as the best organic coffee in the world. So we do have something that the world knows is not only a little better, it's much better. There are a lot of companies that are going to claim to have really clean products, but ours are 100% traceable. You scan a barcode on the box of the product, and it will tell you where were these products sourced, what type of screening and testing did they go through, what type of manufacturer was made, and what you'll learn is that we easily have the purest, the cleanest, the best offering, and we're at least 600% more nutrition than our next closest competitor. So in over 3 decades of working with patients, one thing that I can tell you is compliance is king. I ask people to do a lot of things. I might ask them to give up gluten. I might ask them to give up dairy. I might ask them to give up sugar and alcohol. And you know what? People are generally willing to do that. But if I ask them to give up coffee, well, now we have a fight. Now what I tell them is we're trying to get you healthy coffee or no coffee. And the amazing thing is once they switch to our healthier coffee, they feel the difference. Sometimes, by the way, within the very first cup. And once this becomes their brand, they never need to be reminded. They never plan to quit. They may stop a lot of the other things that we make in terms of recommendations for supplements or dietary changes. But once they switch to this coffee, every single day, every sip moves their body towards a better state of health. When we first started offering this, the plan was simple. When patients would walk in, the staff would offer them a cup of coffee or tea. Now, here's a pro tip. Make it as they like it. The most common coffee in the world is espresso. And so if someone wants coffee, we ask, do you like it espresso strong? If that's the case, we add a little water. Ours is pre-brewed and very easy to create the flavor that you want by adding more water. Now, as the patients were drinking the coffee, my staff would ask them, how do you like that? They would usually reply, this is really good. And my staff would say, it's good for you too. You should get a box. Or, our first month we sold about $1,000 extra in coffee and tea. The following month, those people came back to buy more, and we had another $1,000 worth of customers of coffee or tea. Then fast forward 10 months, we're selling something near $10,000 worth of coffee and tea, and those numbers have continued to grow. And here's the amazing thing, about 94% of all the sales that we've done with Reishi infused coffee and tea have been reorders. So once people make it their brand, they keep going back again and again. And I love this concept of royalty income. Do the work once, get paid many times more than once, and that's what we're seeing with these better choices of coffee and tea. About 10% of people who try our coffee or tea feel an instant difference. And of course, that's always fun. We've had people with aches and pains that just seem to disappear, where their focus suddenly becomes laser sharp when they realize that they have really smooth energy. The majority of people, however, will need more than one cup to experience the benefits of our Reishi infused coffee or tea. So we suggest that they consume our product exclusively for one box. Most people feel they're sleeping better, their energy is better, their aches and pains are less. Maybe they have less appetite, maybe they lost weight, maybe their training is even more efficient. But one of my elite clients said, Bob, I don't want to ruin your perfect record, but I don't feel a difference. And I said, well, okay, I guess maybe it's possible that someone doesn't. But here's what happened next. The next day, he drank his regular coffee, worked out, and realized, wait a minute, I don't have anywhere near the energy. I'm getting less out of my sets. My recovery is slower. And he said, okay, I get it now. I had to drink it for a period of time. My body felt the benefits, but now that I step away, immediately I know the difference. And he said, Reishi infused coffee or tea, now that's my brand forever. Most people like things to be simple. So what's the easiest way to incorporate this in your place of business? Well, how about getting a simple hot water boiler, some samples, maybe a flyer that explains the benefit of Reishi, and then some cups. We have self-service in our clinic now. People know they walk in, they see the samples, they automatically help themselves to a cup of coffee or tea. And again, it makes their visit more pleasant. And what could be easier than that? You make them the first one, they make every one after that. Just have the supplies that they need readily available. We've given away coffee samples in the clinic for over 12 years now, and I can tell you it's more than paid for itself with people consistently buying the products again and again. But we do have practitioners that like to charge by the cup, and that's also very successful. They'll typically charge $1 for black, $2 for latte, $3 for mocha. People make their cup, they enjoy it, and then they give them the option to purchase a box on the way out. And depends on your rapport with the client or patient, but we let them know there are three options. You could be a retail customer. Hey, we're happy to sell it to you. You could be a wholesale buyer. For a small fee, you get everything at wholesale cost. Or if you're like me, you could get paid to consume and share the products. The beautiful thing about our business model is anybody can choose to become a partner with us. I have two different patients that both had such great product experiences that they wanted to share it with the world, and each of them has built a multi-million-dollar business. So, can this be lucrative? Oh yes, there's plenty of money in coffee. In fact, it's the number 2 commodity in the world behind oil. And who knows, it might even be number 1 today because oil's going down and coffee is always on the rise. We have a wonderful customer-centered community on Facebook. People will post their experiences. And here's the amazing thing. We have parents who maybe have children that had challenges that resolved with a hot cocoa. They publish a post and other people say, well, maybe my child could benefit from this. Maybe they have a grandparent that isn't thinking as sharply as they once were, but suddenly after a few cups of tea, they're remembering things that they had forgotten for a long, long time. When we share these things on Facebook, we realize that the world needs a lot of help. It needs a lot of health. And this may be the most effective way to deliver it because people will consume a better choice multiple times every single day, and every sip benefits their body, mind, and spirit. So now let's just talk about scalability for a moment, growing your business. Keep in mind, when I started, I had no interest in growing this coffee business other than selling it to my patients. And by the way, it's in the network marketing model. And there was a sign on my clinic door that said, network marketers not welcome. Now, why was that there? Well, people were approaching me in an inappropriate way at an inappropriate time. Now, this business grew organically. I started sharing with patients. They wanted to share with their family and friends. And next thing you know, we've got a business that's all over the world, generating to date over $49 million in sales. Now, this part of the business is not for everybody, but I'll tell you what, it's always there. You might share with someone that says, I really like this, I want to grow this business, and that could lead to more impact and income than you ever planned. And I got to tell you, I didn't plan on this, but I certainly welcome it, and it's a life changer, game changer for me and my family.